dolls, how you doing? So for this tutorial I'll be showing you how I make my makeup look flawless and the products I use to keep my skin looking healthy and super flawless. I'll also be giving you guys a few tips on products to use and how to use different sort of products to achieve a flawless base and makeup. So if you guys want to see how I got from this to this, just keep on watching. Remember, you always have to make sure that your skin is super clean before you apply any makeup. I've just had a shower and I have used my Clinique anti-blemish solution cleansing foam to wash my face. If you guys have had a shower a few hours before, you can always use a micellar cleansing water or even a face wipe to wipe away any dirt. Then I use my toner, and the toner I use is the Clinique anti-blemish solution clarifying lotion. I just use a cotton pad and I just apply this all over my face. So this next step is optional, but I do this and I use the Clinique Even Better Clinical Dark Spot Corrector Serum, and I just apply this all over my face. And what this does, guys, is it evens out my skin tone. So if you have dark spots to correct, it lightens them and it also gives you an even complexion. Next, I moisturize, and guys, moisturizing is the key because it brings back the texture to your face. It doesn't matter if you have oily skin or dry skin, moisturizing is a must, and I use Clinique's anti-blemish solution all over clearing treatment to moisturize my face. Next, you want to make sure you use the sunscreen and sun protection underneath your makeup because having a sunburn is not nice and you want to protect your skin at all costs, especially if you live in hotter countries, and now in London it's almost summer, so we need that extra protection. And I use the Elizabeth Arden Ceramide Lift and Firm Day Cream, which has an SPF 30. Next, I use the Anti-Aging Intensive Repair Daily Serum by Elizabeth Arden also. I mostly use this on my neck, my chin, and also around my eyes, just to prevent any early wrinkles, premature wrinkles. This is optional as well. If you don't feel like you need it, you don't have to use it. And then I use my Clinique All About Eye Serum. This will help with my dark circles underneath my eyes, and it will also stop puffiness. Next, I do my eyebrows and then I do my eye makeup before I start the rest of my face. And I'm priming my eyes with my Soft Ochre MAC Pro Longwear paint pot. And you guys, using a primer for your eyeshadow ensures your eyeshadow stays on all day. It prevents creasing and gives your eyeshadow a really nice pop. So I just apply this with any blending brush and then I just blend it out with my fingers. Next, I'll be using this Dior eyeshadow quad to apply my eyeshadow. I've broken a nail. I'm so ashamed of myself, guys. And I'm taking the dark brown shade in the palette and I'm using my MAC 217 blending brush and I'm placing this in my crease as a transition colour. Having a transition colour just gives your eyeshadow a bit more of a blended look. And in this case, I'm also winging out my transition colour as well. Next, I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Smoky Shadow Pencil and this is in Smoky Navy. So I'm just placing this on my eyelid and it's just going to act as a base for my eyeshadow because I really want the colour that I'm going to apply to this to really pop. And I'm not applying this neatly, I'm just applying it onto my lids. And then I am going to take a blue shade from the palette, from the quad, and I'm applying it all over my lid with a Shiny Cosmetics brush, and this is the Shiny Cosmetics number 7 brush. I'm applying it all over my lid and you can see the colour is really popping. I am then going to take the darkest shade in the palette, which is in the middle, and I'm using a pencil brush. You guys can use any pencil brush. I apply this to the outer V part of my lid and I'm also applying it to my crease as well to deepen the crease. And then I'm taking a Rouge by Bonnie blending brush and I'm just blending everything out. I've also dipped the blending brush back into the brown shade and I'm just blending everything in a bit more so we have no harsh lines. Then I am going to line my lines with Maybelline's Eye Studio Lasting Drama Gel Liner, and this is the shade in black, and I'm using a Real Techniques eyeliner brush to apply this to my eyes. I am going for a very dramatic winged out liner today. So I'm going to really elongate the end of the liner, as you can see on my other eye, which I have done. And so this is going to be very dramatic and very, very edgy. Then just to clean up the liner a little bit more and give it a more cleaned out cut look, I'm taking my concealer, my MAC Studio Finish concealer, and a concealer brush, and I'm just cleaning up the edges a bit. Then I'm going back into my paint pot with a fluffy angled brush, and I'm placing some of that in my waterline. This is where I'm going to apply some more eyeshadow. Using my Eco Tools smudge brush, I am going to apply the darkest blue shade right into my lash line. I'm not really going to take it into my waterline. I'm just going to apply it to my lash line and really smudge it out. Then I'm going to take my Master Drummer Kohl liner, and this is a really dark black one, and I'm applying this to my waterline. I've dragged the Master Drummer Kohl liner a bit down, so just so I can get a really smoky look, and I'm smudging it out with the MUA single eyeshadow in Smoke. It's just a really nice black matte shade, and I'm using a everyday mineral pencil brush to just smudge it out. Then going back into my pad, I am taking the lightest blue shade in the palette, and with a Shiny Cosmetics number 15 brush, I'm just going to place this right along where I have flicked my wing, and this gives a really nice edgy look. Then I'm taking the icy blue shade in the palette, and with my Shiny Cosmetics number 13 brush, I'm placing it in my teardrops area just as a highlight. I am then applying my Elizabeth Arden Beautiful Colour Lash Enhancing Mascara, and I'm applying this just to my top lashes, and then I'm applying some of my false lashes, and these are just lashes I got from eBay in a pack of 10 that you guys can get, and they're like £2.99 on eBay, super cheap, and they look super nice. I've just stacked 2 on top of each other. Then guys, you want to make sure you prime your face. Using a primer is very essential as it keeps your makeup lasting all day, and it also blurs out quite a lot of pores. Most primers do that, and it just gives your makeup a really nice surface before you apply your foundation and other cosmetics. And I am using the L'Oreal Blur Cream for dark to medium skin. It's got such a nice velvety touch. It just gives me a really nice base to work on, and it also keeps me from sweating in my T-zone area and from getting oily during the day. So I absolutely love and recommend this primer. Next, I'm going to colour correct, and I'm colour correcting with this LA Pro Girl corrector in shade orange. So it's called the Orange Corrector. I absolutely love this corrector. I just got sent this by Bella Star Hair, and it is amazing. It cancels out all the discoloration around my mouth, my smile lines, and underneath my eyes, and most of my dark acne scars that I have got. Now guys, colour correcting is very essential, and it depends on what you're colour correcting. If you've got really dark spots or more of a purpley bluey blemish that you need to colour correct, you might want to use an orange or red tone corrector. If you've got redness, you'll use a yellow or green corrector to correct. So always make sure you have the right corrector. I am then going to blend in my corrector using a normal blending crease concealer brush. I'm just blending everything in, and as you can see, it has totally cancelled out the darkness around my eyes, around my mouth, and you'll see how it works wonders. I am just so in love with this corrector right now. I don't even know if I'll go back to my MAC concealer and correct palette. After you correct, you can now go ahead and apply a foundation of your choice, and I'm using my Esstee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation with an SPF 10. I am in the shade Sandalwood. I absolutely love this foundation. I've just got it and I've been using it every day. It covers up every single blemish, and it's so matte, and it stops me from sweating during the day. I'm just applying it with my Real Techniques bluffing brush, which I have sprayed already with some Fix Plus. I just feel spraying some Fix Plus onto my brush really brings out the product more on my face, and it helps me glide it on a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just applying all over my face, and as you can see guys, it's giving me such a flawless looking complexion already. Next, I will be highlighting, and I'm highlighting using my LA Pro Girl Concealer in Fawn. And I am highlighting underneath my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead, cupid's bone, and my chin. And guys, highlighting underneath your eyes, a trick to do this, just to make blending easier, is to just apply the concealer right underneath your eyes and don't drag it up to your temples. So when you blend, you can then blend it and drag it up to your temples. It's worked for me, and I feel it's easier. And so I am spraying some Fix Plus onto my beauty blender, and it's a damp beauty blender. And as you can see what I'm doing, it makes blending a lot more easier when you apply concealer underneath your eyes, because then you can drag the products around and wherever you want it to go without it being too much to blend. As soon as I have blended out all my concealed highlighting areas, I make sure that I set it immediately to stop anything from creasing. I don't really like doing that baking or caking, cooking, things that most people do nowadays. I just feel that it looks a bit too much. So I just like to set my highlighting areas immediately, just to stop any creasing. And as you can see, it works really well. I am then going to use my LA Pro Girl concealer in dark cocoa. I use this shade to contour because it's not too dark for my skin tone, so it's easy to blend. So I will contour my forehead just to reduce it and give an illusion of a smaller forehead, because I've got a really big forehead. And I will also contour my jawline, my cheekbones, underneath my mouth, just to give the effect of a shadow underneath there, my chin, and also my nose. Then with a tapered kabuki brush, I blend out all the contoured areas. As you can see, I didn't use quite a lot of product just to keep the contour looking quite natural, and it's easier to blend like that. And then I'm just blending out all the contoured areas on my face. When blending out my nose, I still use the same beauty blender, and this is one by Real Techniques that I use to blend out my highlight. That's because there's still a lot of products on it, so it blends out quite easily and naturally, as you guys can see. Then to set my contour, I like using two different shades to do this. I first use a transition shade, which has more of a red undertone, and I'm using the MU Way bronzer in shade 2, and I'm using a J&J Beauty blush brush just to set it. And yeah, you can see it's a lighter shade with a really nice red undertone. And also, just to make sure that my contour is really precise, I go back in with my LA Pro Girl concealer in Fawn, and I blend it out with the beauty blender just to give a really edgy, contour. And then I just blend it out with some more Ben Nye powder as well. And the brush I use for that is my LA Pro Girl powder brush. Then I'm going into my face contour kit in shade dark, and I'm taking the contour shade there, and I'm just applying it to the inner part of my contour just to deepen it a bit. And then I'm going to blend it out with my foundation bluffing brush. Then for my blush, I'm going to use Milani's Bellissimo Bronze. This is a baked blush, Bakes Powder blush. Absolutely love it. And I'm using my Real Techniques cheek brush to apply this to the apples of my cheek. I absolutely love this blush. It just gives a really nice glow. Now highlighting is optional, but I like doing it because it just leaves my skin looking really nice and radiant. And today I'm using Soap and Glory's Glow All Out Luminizing Radiance Powder. And I'm just placing it on my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bone with a Primark stippling brush. Next, to set the rest of my face, I'm using my Elizabeth Arden Pure Finish Mineral Powder Brush with an SPF 20. You can see I'm using quite a lot of sun protection products. This is just going to make my skin really nice and flawless as well, and it protects it from the sun. So I'm in the shade 07, and I'm using a Duo Fiber Face Brush by Real Techniques to apply this all over my face. Going back into my Dior Quad palette, I am taking the darkest shade again, and I'm just applying more underneath my eyes. I was watching something, guys, so I got a bit distracted with the documentary I'm watching. It was so interesting. So I'm just applying more underneath my eyes, in my lash line with my Eco Tool smudge brush. I'm also going to go back in with the light blue shade and, apply more underneath my winged liner because it did get a bit, blended in with my highlighter. And then I'm also going to apply more of the icy blue shade in my teardrop area for more, just gives my eyes a bit of a pop and makes my eyes look brighter. And then I'm applying mascara to my bottom lashes so they don't look so naked. For my lips, I'm going for a really nice nude lip today because my eyes are really bold, and I'm lining my lips with the Prolonged Wear Lip Pencil by MAC in Bittersweet. Again, I'm applying some satin lipstick, and this is in Spirits, also by MAC. For my lip gloss, I'm using the Ultra Glaze Wear Lip Gloss by Avon, and this is in Nude Mute. So this is the finished look, guys. You can see how my skin looks super flawless with this makeup routine, and also with the products I use on a daily basis to keep my skin looking refreshed. And I hope you guys learned a few things. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day. Be beautiful always and be your own kind of beautiful. Love you.